All right, what's going on, guys? So the last modifications that we did to the bike was the clear clutch cover. If you didn't check that video out yet, that just totally transformed the bike. Bike looks amazing. We did the blue inspection cover for the timing. We also did a blue bushing for the exhaust bracket, blue paddock stand adapters. All the entire Akrapovic full exhaust and the mirrors, I'll have links for you guys down below in the video description. Also, if you guys want any boots, Alpine Stars boots, jackets, Alpine Stars R10 helmets, Arai helmets, anything you need for your sport bike or apparel, definitely head on over to www.motorcycledepot.com and use code HERO5 to get a 5% discount off your entire order. But today we are going to take off the back tire because we're gonna put some axle block adjusters in there, nice and blue. They're gonna look so good. We're gonna also change out the bolts for the rear disc brake. We're gonna put in 5 titanium blue bolts. And we're also gonna be changing out the sprocket nuts and putting blue titanium sprocket nuts on there. So that's gonna totally make the back of the bike look really, really cool. So I'm gonna bring the camera in closer. I'm gonna put the bike on the stand. I already loosened up the axle nut on the left side while the bike was down, so it doesn't move too much. But I'm gonna put it up on the stand now and put the camera in a little bit closer so we could take off the back wheel. And we're gonna get these parts on today. And then in the next video, we're gonna be doing the front. A couple videos ago, I posted a video on this con stand, which is a center lift stand. It is pretty dope. You could totally lift the bike up. There was a couple of you guys that actually commented that the front wheel wasn't off the ground that much. Well, now it is, because what happened was this adapter right here, I actually had it at the lowest setting. I should have had it at the highest setting. Right now, it's at the highest setting, and it lifted the bike up, I guess, about another 2 to 3 inches. So you guys will see in a second here. It's pretty simple to put on too. Just gotta kind of get the right angle, but you know immediately once it's in, and then the bike comes up. Now it's probably sitting like 1.5 inches off the ground, but that's plenty. So I'm just gonna turn the bike a little bit like that so we could take the back wheel off and I have room to work. I'm gonna lock the casters down. Some of you guys also said it looks a little flimsy. Trust me, it's not. There is no issues having it on this stand. All right, so this is fairly simple. Actually, I'm gonna take the sprocket nut off. Like so. So that's like a cush drive right there. And we're gonna be replacing these 5 bolts on the rotor. We're gonna install blue bolts on that. All right, so I'm gonna take these nuts off. I'm definitely gonna use a little tiny bit of red Loctite because this is super important on these. I'm also gonna torque them down to about 30-35 foot-pounds. That's like the recommended torque on these. So this is like it's a stud. So I can see it looks like there is some sort of thread locker on there, but that's how these nuts look right here. All right, we're gonna replace them. Let me take them out of the package with something super nice. Look at that right there. See it? Look at that. That is sweet. That's gonna look great. So I'm gonna put a little bit of thread locker on there, like I said. Let me just take them out of the package. And these are all titanium too. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, the weight is gonna be minuscule. It's not really about the weight. For me, it's about the looks. It's going to look really, really cool with the blue nuts on there. So, just going to use a little bit thread locker. Normally, depending on what you're using, but you know, you could use blue or red. Red's kind of the stronger one, and I would prefer, you just need a little bit, I would prefer to use the red on here where it's holding the sprocket, which is like obviously super important. So I'm gonna put the thread locker on there, just a little drop, you don't need much. And then I'll wipe the access off. And then we'll torque them down to 35 foot-pounds. Okay, now that that's on there, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the access off, just so it's nice and clean, because that is like almost like a glue. We don't want to see any red on there. Now we set that to 35 foot-pounds. And now we're going to be able to torque this bad boy. I might have to torque it. That's 35. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks a lot different, a lot nicer than the regular silver on there. So now we could work on the other side, on the brake rotor side. So we'll just lay it down on there on a piece of cardboard. Actually, I'll take that out not to damage anything, because this is just the cush side. And then now we're going to be installing these bolts, which I'll show you guys in a second, right there, the blue ones, for our brake rotor, 5 of them. And then pretty much we could put the wheel back onto the chain, lift it up, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these bolts and install the axle blocks, the blue axle blocks that I have. That's gonna look really dope. I'm gonna use a little bit of red Loctite on these bolts as well. These don't get torqued a lot. You can see I'm using a 1/4-inch drive ratchet, and they're coming off fairly easy, you see? So there's not a lot of torque on them. But I'm definitely going to put a little red Loctite, and there is thread locker. I could see it on there. This is going to look so much better than what was there. So now these bolts, 15 Newton meters. So that's only 11 foot-pounds. So that's not a lot. We're going to adjust the torque wrench. We're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to, I'll leave that one in for now. We're going to do the same thing with this. We're just going to put a little dab, a little dot. We don't need much. Just enough just so the bolt doesn't back out on you. We're going to take our last one off. Yeah, it's just these, I'm about the little touches that make the bike look nice, you know? You could have any bike, and if you just do slight upgrades, you know, it just makes the whole bike look so much better. You don't have to have a super expensive bike. As long as you got some nice upgrades on it, it's gonna look great. That's it. So now we could torque it. Like I said, it's not gonna be much. Okay. Okay, so now that that's done, we could go over here and proceed to take out these bolts from the stock axle block adjusters. We're going to be putting these on from TWM. These are going to look so good. Oh, I can't wait. Oh yeah, that's going to look awesome. Okay, we have some bolts. So there's, I could see now, there's some plastic spacers. One's marked L for left, the other right. So now I just got to get an open end wrench so we could, I might actually not need to. This is going to come out because this is not going to be used anymore. And that's not going to be used anymore. Nope. That piece is not going to be used anymore. This is definitely this side. And this is definitely this side, left, right. Because that slot is where the axle goes through. All right, I'll be able to take that out with this. Everything on the wheel is torqued. And now I could take this, run this bolt out. Damn, that thing's long. And then we're gonna take this side out as well. What's also great about these axle adjusters is they have exact measurements right here. So this way you align the left with the right. So this way you can't go wrong. Because obviously you wouldn't want to, you wouldn't want to put the axle in a little crooked because then the wheel would be crooked. And also this way you could adjust your chain properly. All right, so what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna tighten this all the way down so this drops so I could tighten up that bolt with my ratchet. So we're gonna have to move it all the way out of the way. Okay, then we could put it in. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little dab, not too much, of the red thread locker onto there. Wow, my wrench just fits in there. Okay, we're not gonna tighten that down yet. And now we're gonna put a little red, because we have to put this piece actually holds, there's a little lip on it, it actually holds the block from coming away off of the swing arm in the back. And you don't have to go too crazy tight on this. This is all aluminum, and that thread locker that's in there, that's going to prevent the bolt from backing out. So now I'm going to push this all the way forward again. So it's going to just make life easier to get the axle through. So now I can work on this side. It's basically going to be the same process. Oh guys, look how good that looks. That just like totally tricked out the back. I definitely want to get this, the chain guard and the rear fender. I want to definitely get it in carbon because I think it just, I don't know, I think it's going to look a lot better. I'm not digging the plastic. I think a nice high gloss carbon to match the rear sets, the carbon on the rear sets, I think that's going to look really good. All right, now we're going to put the back pieces in. All right, so we should be good to go to put the wheel and tire back on and take the bike outside so I could show you guys how it looks. Okay, that's tight. One more bolt, and that's tight. Now we'll put it all the way back forward again. Yeah, this is high quality stuff, boy. Really nice. Super, super nice. Super duper. Okay, we're done with that. You don't need that. All right, so now we could put our wheel back on. We'll put the sprocket and the cush drive back on. Might actually be easier, to tell you the truth, if I, let me see. If I do this like this, and then we'll go ahead and put the sprocket in We'll check it out in a second, see what's easier. I'll let you guys know. Then all we got to do is move that wheel forward a little bit. Let me see. Whew. A little bit of a pain in the neck. Turn that nut a little bit. I'm gonna have to just turn the axle a little bit and that's it. All right, so now there's a little, so you guys know, there's a little sticker on the side of the swing arm, and it's calling for, if the chain was straight, the flop between the tippy top to the tippy bottom should be 45 millimeters, which is around 1.75 inches. So that's what we're looking for. I definitely had a lot more. So maybe the chain, because I did get it serviced the first time at the dealer, maybe they didn't adjust the chain, but after over 3,000 miles on a bike, the chain definitely stretched. So we're gonna start tightening that up. We're gonna start bringing that back. Let me see, what am I at on this side? I'm gonna take it to 15, and then I'm gonna take this side to 15 as well, and then check it. Nope, that's still a lot of flop. A lot of flop. So I'm gonna take this one to 17. Just gonna grab my tape measure and kind of just measure how much we have, how much flop. I sound like, what is his name, Portnoy with the pizza? Oh yeah. So we're just about there, a little more. I should bring it to about 18 actually. I'm gonna bring the other side to 18, check it again. I have about 1.75 inches. Perfect. So I got it set between 17 and 18. So I want this side exactly the same. Okay. And I'm gonna check it again. Because even if you move the other side, it's gonna tweak this side a little bit. That's perfect. So I have it on the low end. It says from 45 millimeters to 50 millimeters. So I have it on a low end now, so because I know it's might stretch a little more. So that should be good. So now I'm gonna tighten that rear axle nut as good as I can now that it's on a stand, but I'm actually gonna torque it when the bike is lowered down in gear. Okay, that's about it. That's about it while it's on the stand. We got nice free movement. Oh, that looks so good. Just those little touches, let me tell you, just those little touches make the bike look so nice. What do you guys think? Like, look at that, huh? I'm going to just start right into the front wheel disassembly. That's gonna be on another video, but here you go. This is how it looks. Oh my, look at that. That looks just so much better. That whole swing arm, it just looks so nice with the bolts. Look at this side with the blue nuts, paddock stand in blue, the axle blocks in blue. That looks super. That looks really good. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna start on the front. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.